Hello and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. We are through with West of Loathing. Right, so we are supposed to find a quarry, Feldman Quarry I believe it is, for the first of a couple of side quests. We are technically finished with the main story part of this area. But there also is another thing. And that we need to go back to the antique shop. So, we have a message, probably from Don T. You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you called Don T with a phone number. Call them up back.
Salutary greeting. The person who has activated this telephonic mechanism and with whom you are now conversating is known as Don Toblerone.
I thought your boss said you had to keep it brief now.
We devised and then agreed upon an arrangement deemed satisfactory to both parties.
Let me guess, you're paying the phone bill.
Your guessing prowess is preternaturally efficacious.
That's what they tell me. You got another job?
Once again, the particulars of this undertaking are being held in escrow and will be transmitted to you aureliously by our colleague who...
Greasy Steve, got it. Okay, bye. Got no patience for the business of the mob. But really what we want to do is here. Because we want to remove the gears. Hey, Jessica, does this thing get rid of gears? The plural of goose is just geese. Why do you have geese? No, gears, like a curse, kind of. Oh, well then sure. Probably. Whoop. Oh. Ah! Inside the contraption you feel a whoosh, a pop, and a little pain, not unlike having your ears pierced. And indeed there's a spurt of pus that follows the procedure, though not from where you think. The gears is gone. Good stuff, yeah, because the gears was, as you might remember, basically like Bruce's mark, and adding another -1 to each of these, which is like, ugh, that's not great. Right. With that dealt with, we can head back to the swamp. Well, the big moist, but it is a swamp. It says swamp. Right, Feldman Quarry was the first. Let's see what random encounters we'll get. That's odd. This patch of muddy ground has lots of tracks in it that look like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans just don't normally walk around on their hands. Maybe there's an acrobat convention in the middle of a swamp. Oh, what was that thing the one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Maybe there's something to that at all. Yeah, not yet. No. I'll have to censor that. Right. Have I been here before? One of the campsites that led you to where Charles was being held. Those gatormen definitely don't follow the leave-only footprints advice when camping, that's for sure. A dump truck sits beneath the chute, patiently awaiting the day of its stop. Ooh, I hate math puzzles. X marks a vein of rock candy. Oh, I probably have gotten that. Oh, I haven't. Pure rock candy. Well, I have now. Okay. Reload. That's probably the first thing to do. Crush. Oh. Pound. I mean, if it's just a matter of doing it in this. Oh, the text was covering the payload up, because I have to get some specific number, don't I? 3 centimeter diameter. Okay. So 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. That means we don't want to go anywhere below 1.1 inch. And probably we'd rather want to go like... I'm gonna try this again. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. I guess you can't polish something that's already smooth. 5 centimeter, nope, that's... Oh, so this one just switches the size. Okay. Right. Okay, so it is a math puzzle. I hate those. Especially those where it's basically like... Okay, so that makes it 1 smaller. That made it 11. That's too small. Ah, okay. I don't like these types of puzzles. So 52. What does that do? 17. So what if we... Okay, so I can only polish it once. Yeah, okay. Can I crush it twice? I don't think so, but let's try it. I can, but that doesn't give me the right result. Well, then it's just a pounding then. There's probably some stupid like go to here, then polish, then go to here. Right, let's try this. Okay, that was too much. I think the idea was mostly correct, though. Mostly. At least it was a lot more... Okay, let's see. So, what if we go 2 and then pound? Okay, so 10 is too small. I don't like these. At least this one is not like not multiple dials. It's just realistically it's just 3, but it's still not great. Where do we start here? 7. Nope, that won't do. Okay, so 1 crush. I don't mind it being slow. That's fine, but I definitely do not like this type of... Nope. Can I? Let's try this. Can I polish it after it have been pounded? So if we start pound, polish, pound, polish. That only partially worked, but okay. So if we can do that... Do I really have to look this up? I mean, if I have to, then I will. Yeah, this... Oh, wait. Okay. So if we start by polishing and crushing, then polishing, then crushing. But how does that... But that should... I'm looking this up. I don't have the patience for this kind of stuff. I think it's stupid. Feldman Quarry Shadows over Loathing. Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it is pound, crush, and polish. That would have taken ages. Yeah. And it doesn't say that there is any kind of like solution that's like can be found somewhere. If that was the case, then it would be fair enough that it wouldn't be. Okay. Ten experience for that garbage. I guess you all great. Is she all set then? Looks like it. Got my plane, fuel, and a runway all sorted out. Thanks a ton. Could have done it without you. You know, you could have a career in aviation if you ever decide to give up. What do you do? I'd rather not attempt to explain it. Gotcha, I've had jobs like that. Well, I haven't gotten any meat on hand to pay for your time, but here, let me give you a spare flight helmet as a souvenir. That's not great. Okay. Yeah, of course I'm gonna drive it back. I'm not gonna steal stuff. Right, that was one side quest done. Talk to Greasy Steve, let's do that. Even though it's not here. But it's all experience earning, isn't it? Oh, there could also be a radio here. I actually haven't checked. You sit down. What's with the grim look, Steve? Got a serious job for you this time, kid, and it ain't gonna be easy. Yeah, let's just go with the first one. After those last two jobs, I could do with a challenge. That's an attitude that'll take you far, kid. Maybe right off a cliff, though. So, what's the job? There's this vampire, a real mean son of a bitch, that's got one of our capos really steamed. Like, really steamed as in literally steamed the guy to death. What? It's one of those mist-type vampires, you know? But real hot. And I don't mean hot as in good-looking. I see. Maybe. The fight was in the steam tunnels under SIT. We managed to seal the thing up in there, but someone's gotta take care of it for good. And that's where I come in, huh? That's the long and short of it, kid. Here. Here's the combination to the door, but don't go in there half-cocked. He hands you a folded slip of paper and a sack of rotting vegetables. Ooh. That's not bad, but it's not as great as what I have, so... Yeah, because it only is my muscle rather than a set value and then plus my muscle, so yeah, no. How are these supposed to help? I'm not. I just want you to throw them away from me. Or hell, keep them. I don't care. Okay. Vampire. I think the easiest way was to get to... Well, alright. Guess we have to deal with these fellas first. I don't mind doing that. Even though they are annoying to fight because... What? Bleeding, Gabby, don't care about that. I care about bleeding, but that's fine. So really, you are the more annoying of these. And yes, despite you being a devil... I could just... Yeah, I could just instantly have killed him outright, but, you know, it's funny to see them burn. I've upgraded this one so I don't do damage to my allies, but I still do damage to myself, which, you know, isn't great. Yeah, more fire. Why not? And oh, one more. Oh, well, if I must, and indeed I must. Well, time for you to get slapped in the face with a fish. Well, I mean, the spooky damage isn't great, but she's only going to deal 5 physical damage. But the fire is going to start doing work, so I'm not really overly concerned with the healing. Yes. I think we may have got this. But we definitely do, like, it's not a question of not having this, like... That's... even though that's just a minor setback. Qa'Rajh. You're gonna take 6 fire damage. Ooh. Muscle by 5? How hard will I hit then? 25! Nice. That's definitely useful in a boss fight. For sure. He's gonna take 6 damage, so yeah, let's just... he will end himself. Or rather, the fire will do most of the work. No items. That's okay. So we now know the combination lock. Presuming that this. Steve's note says 1, 2, 3. Jeez, these guys. Honestly, I probably would have tried that. This old disintegrating boiler is currently being powered by a bunch of burning garbage. The vampires seem to be enjoying the hot steam. If you could replace the water in the boiler with holy water, that would put a crimp in their fun. You'd only need about 100 gallons of it. Where am I going to get 100 gallons of holy water? And don't ask me, I'm just suggesting things. Wait, aren't vampires also allergic to running water, even if it isn't holy? Does steam count as running water? Wow, 15 mysticality, that's... Alright. Talk to them? A group of nasty vampires is enjoying the steam. The boss leers at you malevolently. Let's try and talk to them first. You seem like you got something to say. Me? I'm merely amused that those mob ruffians have sent a neophyte to clean up a mess which one of their own lieutenants could not. I will boil your blood like sweet mulled wine, human, and my servants and I will drink a toast to your demise. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. So they're mostly physical, but will give a lot of bleed damage, obviously. Right, Steam Pyre. Boil Gabby alive. No. Well, you guys aren't immune to physical damage, and you actually don't have physical armor. You just gotta do a lot of bleeding. Well, 7. So I can set 2 of them on fire, which will partially deal with them. Yeah, let's go for this one. Up our party. Get a bit more bang for a buck. Anyone attacking Gabby, that's only going to be physical damage. You're going to attack Yeek. That's not great. And these 2 are going to attack me, which, you know, also isn't great. You have just attacked, so Let's put you on fire. It's going to take a while for that to take effect, but... And then just slap the shit out of this guy, because, well... I'm not going to deal with that. Ooh. If I knew who Yeek was intending to hit, that would be great, but I don't. Yeah, let's... Actually, if we slap this thing... 9 damage. Okay, so that means that it will die from the fire. That's acceptable. Yeah, immune to bleeding, because the mushrooms don't bleed. Ooh! Well, that was a good chunk of damage. Yeah, I can end it all, even without any kinds of issues, because, well, I do 27 damage with a melee attack, which ends my turn, and until then I can do a lot more damage as well. He's 7. Oh, can I do that continuously? Because that's a power move and a half. Yeah, I think I'm absolutely overthinking this. Yeah, so bonk. Stop hitting yourself. Take a ball. And punk. You really took the steam out of those vampires' pipes. That's an idiom, right? And he grows stronger. Any treasure or loot or... Oh! Haha! A handful of steam. Got as steam as you can carry. Is that a... Is that a quest item then? She's walking near the banks of Porkham. Yeah, sure. I mean, we get it's free experience. Speaking of experience, how much do we have? 52. That's not enough. Pretty sure it isn't, at least.
Kid, I honestly didn't expect to see you again. You got real talent.
Oh, it was nothing.
No, don't sell yourself short. You got a real future in the organization.
Briefcase full of meat.
That's probably the last job you'll be getting from me. You've dealt a fatal blow to the bloodsuckers in this territory, so if the boss has any more work for you, it'll be somewhere else. Good luck, kid.
Thanks, Steve. See you around. How much meat are we talking? Oh! That is a lot of gabagool. Okie dokie. Now! Can't do anything about this. We don't have any cheese. Track down the honey ape. So that is the next one. But we don't have a set location for that. It is one that shows up in random encounters, as you saw. Find the Moss Man at Moss Rock Grotto. That we can do. Because, I mean, we can also do the other one, but it's just like, seeing as it doesn't have a set location. Moss Rock Grotto. We've not been there before. Random encounter? Yeah, sure, follow the tracks. Oh! Nope. If I had an access to, like, a note, like, somewhere, that would be great, but I don't. So what is he called? Honey Ape, yeah. Nope, not Honey Apricot. Honey Ape, Shadows over Loathing, thank you. No, I'm not interested in the creature. I'm interested in the lore about it. Thank you. 1 thumb, 4 fingers. Oh, I can sneak up on it now. And I can outsmart it. Grab it! Honey ape fingernail. Okay, well that was nice. Okay, what have we got here? That looks like a bandit of sorts. All the items on this table are either made of or covered in moss. Are you then the moss man? Twinkling moss? Well, if this isn't the moss man that the kid was talking about, you've got a real unusual coincidence here. He doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for a fight, it might be best to take advantage of the surprise. Excuse me, are you a Mossman? Yep, that's me, Clyde Mossman. Pleased to meet you. I'm Brain Bose. Welcome to my humble abode. I ain't get many visitors, except some weird kid I sometimes see peeking around the trees. Are you actually Mossman? Are you an actual Mossman? I mean, I ain't quite sure what I get your meaning. That's my last name, like I said. Yeah, but are you a human person or some sort of moss swamp creature? I get that this is a strange and possibly rude question. Well, I weren't always this way, but I've been living this swamp for a long time. I just kind of dug in and got comfortable. The moss just sort of grows out of me natural like now, instead of hair. I guess it happened so gradual and I got so accustomed to it, it didn't occur to me to question it. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to give you some sort of philosophical crisis. No apology necessary, friend, but it's something I'm gonna be chewing on for a while. Can I, have some of your moss? Excuse me? You drop an existential bombshell on me and now you're asking for part of my body? I'm not really in top social form today, I guess. I do need some of that moss, though. Well, I'll tell you what. Help me solve this puzzle of whether I'm a man or a monster, and I'll give you some moss. The way I see it... You seem intelligent and can hold a conversation. I haven't tried to murder me for my delicious organ meats. How do you know they're delicious? So I figure, what does it really mean to be a human anyway? You may well be less Homo sapien and more... whatever the technical term for moss is, but does that really matter in the grand scheme of things? What's really important is just being a good person, whatever kind of person you are. Well, that's real. Even if it's an extremely weird kind of person. Well, that's real good of you to say, friend. I guess that answers my question. Great. Here, I'll give you some of my moss like I promised. He peels off some of his mustache and hands it to you. Say, are you a hobo? Well, ain't the thing about hobos that they're always on the move? I feel like I'm practically the opposite of a hobo. I happen to know a group of hobos that have settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp, but you'd be welcome there, if you're interested. Well, no, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to visit and see. In fact, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. You mark the location of the hobo camp on Clyde's map, and he heads off into the swamp with a wave. Okie dokie. Now, can I... no, I could not. Okie dokie then. Alright, well that's a couple of the side quests. Well, I haven't handed them in yet. What's next? Return to the kit, yes. Hunt down the Smellowisp. Oh, that's where we need somewhere and collect a sample of its scent for a kid in Monster Shack. Ooh. Visit Barbara Yagara in the Big Moist and find out if she's a witch. Okay. Can do. That's probably the tree house then, I think. Oh no, it's Barbara's hut. A spot of color in this drab swamp catches your eyes, and you'll find a pile of withered orange husk in front of a shallow cave. This must be the lair of the Chupanaranya. Fortunately, it isn't home right now. Or maybe since you aren't an orange, it wouldn't be dangerous to you anyway. That almost certainly isn't true. Some other time. Oh, well, I don't seem to have... A bald cypress so tough and tall, it's no surprise some fellow have chosen to make of it a tree home. Hello? Hey, mister, why didn't you keep your walking, huh? This here's Will Hunter's tree house, and the rules is tain't no grown-ups allowed. Who are you? Will Hunter, I said. Make like a tree house and a leaf house? No. What's your story, Will? There ain't much to tell. I ain't all that interesting, mister. I swear not to city folk like you nowadays. What are you doing in the swamp? Nothing special. Same things every boys get up to, I reckon. Do I want to know what that is? I ain't telling anyways. What's up there? Oh, I clicked away from it because it was... what's up there? Oh, it ain't anything, I swear. You don't want to see anyways. I want to use the telescope you got there. Afraid the telescope's property of Will Hunter, same as my licorice collection. Can you let me up? Just climb the tree. Enough of this. It's time to clasp your robust limbs around the trunk of the wet-shedding cypress and begin to shimmy. Hey, now, this is a private treehouse. Stop or I'll turn you till you can't stand up. Well, there's no boy in the treehouse at all. Only the large, sagging features of a human face sunk into the tree's very trunk. Surely that can't be young Will Hunter. Oh, well, I reckon it ain't no keeping you from seeing my plight. I've been wicked, mister. What happened to you? Ain't much to tell. That can't possibly be true. The great tree sighs, shedding scraps of bark that drift to the treehouse floor. Well, have you ever heard of a doctor? You know what that is? Yes, well, I know what a doctor is. Heck, you want to be mean? What do you want to be so mean for? I reckon most people go and ask, they couldn't tell you one thing about what a doctor does. I only met one doctor. Dr. Wiss lived on the same street as my stepaunt. 'Twas one morning he paid me 6 bits to paint his fence, and well, heck, I swear I was fixing to do it, mister, but I heard there was an interesting trout down the river, a little wider than average, but not very wide, just the way Will Hunter likes. How can a boy resist? Are you asking me? No, I'm telling you, mister, Will Hunter couldn't resist a gander at a trout, and any boy who says he could is lying. Anyway, Doc Wiz, he weren't real pleased, and to teach me a lesson, he went and cursed me to be a tree. What lesson are you supposed to learn from this? That I ought to paint fences if I says I'm fixing to. How did this doctor turn you into a tree? Don't ask Will Hunter how. All I know is doctors, they got all kinds of powerful tools. Tweezers, height chart, could have used anything. Can you end this curse? Well, the doctor told me I'd be a tree till I could make good by painting a bunch of fences all around town. Hard enough for me to do that like this, I'll tell you. I could do it for you. Oh, Mr. Paint Fences? You wouldn't want to do that. Sure I would. The wind picks up and snaps off a few weak twigs, but Will doesn't seem to mind. Say, that's real swell. Thanks a lot, mister. The dog who cursed me had a nice white picket fence, and he said something like, Will Hunter gotta paint 3 more fences just like his, or he'll be a tree forever. Paint 3 fences, got it. You can get my paint and brush out of my knapsack. I just hand them to you, but I'm a tree. Is there a ladder you can put down? Suppose I can. Tain't a ladder in the way you and I know it, though part of this tree that I can sort of waggle around. But still a boy, I reckon you'd say it's like my fingers, or perhaps my nostrils. Will Hunter extends his long arborescent fingers and/or nostrils through the hole in the treehouse back to the swamp floor. You should be able to climb down those nostrils now. See you around, Will. Oh. You see nothing out of the ordinary. Rivers run round the trunks of trees, crawdads and crawmums make love upon the rocks, and a duck is impaled upon the beak of a heron. Here in the swamp, it is a day like any other, and the circle of life turns on and on. Rocks? Yeah. When he reaches a certain age, a boy loses his enthusiasm for hoarding rocks in a treehouse. This is called the death of innocence. Knapsack. Take care of those, William. That long-handled brush belonged to a grandfather. Your grandfather? Don't think so. I'll keep an eye out for tree fences. Don't remember having seen any around, but... Right. Well, we shall head to Barbara Yagara's hut in the next episode. But until then, take care.